want to take you now back to Ukraine. We actually have a remarkable story of a 98-year-old grandmother who managed to cross the front lines. She was walking with a cane. Here she is, Mrs. Lidia, deciding to leave the Russian-occupied territory on Donetsk to safety without any help available, and she reached the Ukrainian-controlled side. Police found her and took her to a shelter. What a story. How did she do it? Let's speak to our Ukrainian reporter, Olga Malcheska, who joins us from the newsroom. We love this story, Olga. What a remarkable woman. How did she manage?
Thank you very much, Lucy. Well, indeed, remarkable, right? 90-year-old woman managed to cross the front line and get from the Russian-occupied territory of Donetsk region, as you said, to the Ukrainian-controlled territory. Well, according to what she told to the police, she woke up to a strong shelling and she was worried that she had literally to escape to survive. And she tried to escape together with her loved ones, with her son and her daughter-in-law, and then they became separated by the shelling. The story went quite dramatic. As she fell down twice, she managed to stand up and continue walking. And if you look at her, if you see her on the video, you can see that she was walking just in her slippers and just with a walking cane. And that's how she managed to walk for over 10 kilometers, which is over 6 miles. And then she managed to cross to the Ukrainian-controlled territory, where she was noticed by the local police. The police took her to a shelter. They were obviously quite amused, and they tried to help her, tried to find out what happens to her loved ones. And the story went even happier because they managed to find her loved ones. And as far as the local police reported, her son and her daughter-in-law are alive, and they found them in one of the local hospitals. And hopefully they will reunite soon. But there was another update. So one of Ukrainian bankers, when he read about that story, he became very moved, and he said he would buy a house for Lidia Stepanivna because she lost everything literally. And maybe if we have time, we could listen to what she was saying about her situation, how she was speaking to the police.
I woke up to a horrible shelling. I'm 98 years old. I had survived the previous war. Now I've been facing another one. That previous war had not been like this one. I hadn't seen any homes burnt. Now the homes have been burning.
Terrifying for her, Olga, and she also compared what she's been through to the Russian invasion during the Second World War.
Yes, she managed to survive the Second World War, and when I listened to the whole video bit, she was quite explaining in quite a detail of what she remembered. So she remembered that during the Second World War, the houses around were still standing there, so there were no civilian houses damaged, apparently in that region where she was. But now, as she said, everything was on fire, and she lost her home, which she built, as she had said to the police. She built it with her own hands, really, and now she has nothing. So that's why there is a hope that maybe that successful story will turn into even more successful, and maybe she will get a new house if the promise will be fulfilled. But we will follow up with that definitely.
Olga, we absolutely will. This is a story we have to have a follow-up of, and let's hope she does indeed get that house as promised. Thanks, Olga.